This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.
And this is the Black News. So, you're going to vote Democrat. And my question is, what is it about Democrat are you voting for? Now, I'm only talking to Negroes, African American Negroes, because everyone else, they feel they have a reason to vote. The Democrats have said day one that they were going to look out for homosexuals. On the first day in office, the LGBTQ community, they're going to look out for them. They're not going to, that's just pretty much it. Those are the only black people that I could see voting for them, because other than that, the track record of these two individuals, Biden and Kamala Harris, is not friendly to black people, period. You know, if you listen to the news, all you hear is about fear. You don't hear anything about any programs or any real opportunities for black people. Everything is vague. They want to hit you with trickle-down effect, basically saying that, well, everyone will be no, because that's the mode we're in right now. Everybody's supposed to benefit from the government. Everybody's supposed to benefit from the programs that are here now, and everybody's not. Even with the stimulus package, everyone's not benefiting from that. So expect the same. There's some people that got checks and some people didn't get checks. Imagine that. There's an epidemic, and some people didn't get money for other reasons, whether it be they old child support or some other thing that kept them from getting money from the pandemic. So expect more of the same from the Democrats. Expect them to have the same type of rhetoric in their policies, where basically they're going to say everybody's covered, but everybody's not covered. Okay? And we've been going through this for hundreds of years as African Americans. Promises, things that are supposed to happen, trickle down effect. Trickle down meaning that if we put money into this project, it's going to trickle down and get down to the low level people that need that money, and that's not true. It seems like today the only thing that they want to give you is a disability check or a check for just having kids, and give you Section 8, those type of things. So you don't have any type of incentive to want to get off of it. That's what America is all about, especially to black people. Okay, putting them in situations where they can't get out of. And if you know your history, you know all about the red line districts. That's how black people got into a certain area and all this land, but just black people in certain areas. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So what are we voting for? What issues have the Democrats, as far as Biden and Kamala Harris, what issues have they addressed concerning black people? Now, you're going to hear from those coons out there. He's not just the president for black people. He's the president for everyone. But, just like when you're a manager of a department store, you have different departments, and all departments need to be balanced. So I don't understand that rhetoric where basically because he's the president for all people, that the African Americans, the 12 million strong over here, who have gone through over 400 years of some type of oppression, laws, policies, restrictions and regulations that were put on them. There's no, you don't see as a department manager that department needs to be taken care of. These are logical things. I'm not even making this up. I'm not trying to add information that's not there. Look at it for what it is. Really take a look at the situation. The president, if you want to say he's the president for everybody, that's what he is. He's the president for everyone. So why isn't all the departments balanced? Why is this group not the same with this group? Why is this group lower than the other group? Why are these groups allowed to excel over these groups? And guess what? If no one was saying anything, I can understand his benign neglect to be like, well, everything's okay, nobody's saying anything. But there's a group of people that's telling you. They're telling you what's wrong. They're telling you what needs to be fixed. And you act like you don't hear it. But then black people want to vote. Listen, you're going to hear this, that black people died to vote. Okay. They died to vote to be a part of a system, yes. But we realize now we don't have the proper candidates, okay, to assist us. Okay? Then no one is saying anything. No one is selling us a pitch. No one is saying anything to us to strengthen our ties, our financial ties in America, to strengthen our educational ties in America. Science, technology for black people. But I mean, there's no one that's actually saying anything. So we've been saying things. The grassroots have been saying things. The black media have been out here, okay, petitioning, protesting, making YouTube videos, putting up billboards. We've been saying everything, but not in neglect. He just doesn't care. You're not important. See, to him, the overall picture is important. To be president. Kamala Harris, overall decision that's important to her is being the vice president. The first woman of color. Because that's what it's going to say. Not black woman, because she ain't black. Listen, stop playing games, okay? I can't go out here and say, if this brother light skin, he white. Stop playing. Stop trying to say this lady is African American. She's a Negro. Listen, she doesn't even talk about her father. She won't even say, what did her father do? She talks about her mother, who has the accent from India. She was raised Indian. She just went to a HBCU. But her record shows nothing to assist Negroes in America. It's like black people just, some of us are just so stuck on, color. Like I know it sounds crazy, but it's just so stuck on. Well, she went to Howard, so she don't care about you. Just because she went to Howard don't mean she came down Georgia Avenue. Don't mean she visited Florida Avenue. Doesn't mean she went over to 8th Street. She stayed in fucking Howard University. Did she come down? Where did she go? Did she talk about? When you listen to Kamala Harris, did she talk about any places in D.C. that she went? Did she ever go to a go-go? Did she ever go to a rap show? Like what did she do that was? Hey, they're considering her African American. Not me, but they are. So what about her is African American? How does she represent us? Is it because she went to a HBCU? Them HBCUs are full of everybody else but Negroes. They're full of everybody that look like Negroes. Come on, stop playing. What are we really voting for? I would ask you to think about it and ask yourself. Don't assume that they believe what you will believe. Don't assume that they're going to do the right thing and believe and do the things that you think they should do. What have they said they're going to do? See, that's our problem. We look at Democrats like they're mommy and daddy, like they're going to do what's best for us. But when you look back, what have they done best for us? Nothing. And the civil rights era people, they're going to keep voting for that shit. They're going to vote for that shit. They're going to sit up here and say that their family fought for it. They've been doctrined and believing that Democrats are so great. They ain't doing shit for you. Ain't putting no money in nothing. Look at your neighborhoods. You have Democratic leaders in your neighborhoods, and you don't have no money for the local football team. They don't bring. Look. When there is a contract that comes into that neighborhood, the black people not working on the contract. Somehow they don't seem to find a black construction company to work in the black neighborhood and maybe hire some black men or black women. No, it's not what happens, man. That's not what happens. Especially in DC. They coming from Jersey, Delaware. They coming from everywhere else but the community upon which the people live. This is basic like one-on-one politics shit I'm talking here. But that's how stupid they think we are. We're so ignorant and stupid that we don't understand the basic politics. For instance, look at your local, many of us. I'm not saying all of us, but look at your local candidates. You don't even know them. You don't even recognize them. You've never seen them in your life because they have been handpicked. We need to pick our candidates, and we're not doing that collectively. So then we want to come out and vote, but vote for what? You just want to vote against Trump? Shit. Trump look, listen. I keep saying this, like, I know he's a racist, and I know he probably ain't the best. I know he ain't the best for black people, but neither are Biden, and neither are Kamala Harris. And I say this because, I mean, look, just think about it for a second. You have people that you've never seen. They're gonna come up in your neighborhood. They're gonna run for office, and they're gonna run it the way it's supposed to be ran from the top. For them, for Democrats. And that's nothing for you, something for everybody else. I mean, it's almost as if Democrats, they are the buffer class. They feed the buffer class. Like, that's their job. They're the same people. Trust me, they're the same people. Biden is the same person, okay, that he was when he signed the bill to put Negroes in mass incarceration. Like, and never has he even looked back and said, damn, that look kind of messed up, or you know what, but I have opportunity now. Like, that would be awesome. Like, if he came into the situation like, man, listen, I know there's some things we didn't expect to go the way it went, but I'm here now, and I'm here to change. No, you're not even hearing that. And many of you are going to vote for them because of how you feel. You think they have you in regard, and they don't. You think because they're Democrat, they're going to do the right things. They're going to put money in schools. Like, this shit is so vague. It's so vague. Did they say that when they put money into HBCUs that you're going to be able to go for free? Did they say you could just fill out an application and go? No, it's all fucking vague, man. And then when they get in office, they're going to do what the fuck they want to do. It's the same shit. They got us real good with Obama, man. I sat there and watched Obama. I supported him. I didn't vote for him. Hell no. But I supported him. Little brother in office, a man of color. And look, that man of color shit don't work. People of color shit do not work. We tried it with Obama, and he sat there and just fucked it. Hell with them niggas. All he did was fancy the black women. Black women, they want to envision a very, a black man who's intelligent, power, speaks well, dresses well. Oh, he right, living in the White House. Look at the black man living in the White House. Look, he got the Cadillac. Oh, look at him, he look good. Look at him and his wife. Oh, look at him and his kids. What they did was symbolism. Shows you a black face, a black woman face, two black kids in the White House, living good. And somehow, to all the white people in America, that was your reparations. They're saying that. I'm not even making this shit up. Like, they're saying that was your reparation off the bat. Like, yeah, that's their reparation right there. What they talking about? They had a president. They didn't do it. And although, yeah, people could say, yeah, they tied his hands. He couldn't do nothing. But he did find a way to do something for the gay people. And guess what? Everyone in America is not gay. And they didn't block that shit. Okay, they didn't block those. They didn't block those policies for people of LGBT community and other immigrants, and so that didn't get blocked. Okay, he made executive orders for these people. They didn't block that shit, but he didn't make no executive orders for black people in the hood to help them get out. at all, because they need you to be in the hood. They need you to be there, because if you're not in the hood buying up shit, the shit doesn't work right. They need you to be starving for a pair of fucking Nikes. They need you to be starving for a blunt and shit, a white tee. You know, they need you to be starving for all the bullshit that the foreigners sell in these stores. Get your nails done. That's what they care about. That's why they care that the immigrants are here and that everybody's here, because, see, what they're going to do is they're going to underbid the contracts, man. Okay? Listen, with all due respect, I'm not hating on another group that comes here to try to get up, because that's just logical for a human being to want to try to get up and do better. I get all that. But those in power pits it in a situation where it's like they put them over you. They're in a position of opportunity over you. And you really think motherfuckers are lazy? Like black people don't want construction company, like black people don't want contracts? It doesn't sound fucking right. But this is the rhetoric. Like, we're just lazy, we just sit around, and many of us have jobs. May not be the job we want, but we have jobs. And who the fuck leading you to believe that just keep the job you don't want? Like, that's just white America. You're supposed to keep that job. It's a job. You're supposed to work that job. And that's what they want you to do. They don't want you to get a better job. They don't want you to work and be a boss of the job. No, that's for other groups. They be the boss. You just gonna be working. You see? That's why your managers and your supervisors, they're not of you. They're of someone else, because they're gonna tell on you. They're much easier to tell on you to keep you in check. Keep the black people as workers, hire the immigrants as supervisors, and that way there'll always be some kind of chaos, but you'll be under the thumb to keep your morale low. Don't be thinking about supervisors, because, you know, supervisors, they looking at everybody else. They looking at everybody else but you, young Negro. Trust me, especially in the corporate working environment. They looking at everybody else but you. You could be answering all the calls, doing all the tickets, proper documentation, closing out your shit, doing everything you're supposed to do, and they're still gonna find a way to fuck with you, and you'll not be supervised. And that's just how it is, and that's where we live at. That's how it is. And then you have your own, okay? Your own. You will have some places where black people will be supervisors, but because they want to prove to the establishment that they are not racist, they won't promote you. It'll have to be another immigrant or a person of white. So you see how this works? And this is what y'all voting for. This shit's democratic. I'm trying to tell you, it's democratic. They come up in the workplace knowing they got rights over you as a black person. Oh yeah, they know that you the bottom of the barrel. And then there's some that question you why you're there. They be looking at you funny and shit in the hallways, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, well, he has a beard, a black man with a beard, so he can't be doing anything important. Oh no, how did he get in here? I'm trying to tell you, man. These people are full of it, and those people you work with in them offices, especially if you're corporate and you work in the government, especially if you work in the government environment, they're Democrats, man. Let me tell you what they are. They're Democrats and they're gentrifiers, because most of those buildings are where black people live, and they're moving out there to take those jobs, and they're moving you the hell up out of there. So keep voting Democrat. They ain't got nothing for you. I'm just telling you. Neither do Republicans. So you'll ask, well, what should we do? Well, what we need to do is invest in ourselves. What we need to do is have the conversation of what we're going to buy on Monday and what we're not going to buy on Friday. This is how we will regulate the financial scheme. Trust and hey, give your money to a black business that's going to hire black people. I know there's a trust factor there, but we have to start somewhere. You know, how we do it is those black people that are politicians, county executives that do get contracts. Make sure that black people are getting those contracts, in particular in black neighborhoods. It's almost like these black politicians, they'll get in a certain place, and then they'll feel like they obligated to do for other people and not their own. Like, this shit is so backwards. Like, that's what I'm saying. They make us think individually and not as a team. Like, once a black person gets in position of authority or power, he starts looking to help other fucking people. He starts looking to help the same fucking people that oppressed him. Because he wants to prove to them that I'm verified. I am verified, a true nigger, a true coon. And I'm using the word coon, and I'm using all this because we have a lot of coons that are Democrats. Unfortunately, some people coons and don't realize they coons and shit. They think they're actually thinking they're doing the American thing, and what they're doing is they're not. They're sitting up here kissing ass. A lot of them didn't, they're not from here. They're from somewhere else, and because their country is dying and starving and shit, so they come over here, and I guess they are willing to take a little bit of punishment here, because where they come from is a dying hole. These same people got something to say about us, but when you look where they live at, there's people shitting in the street, pissing in the alley, living in shanty villages with shacks and shit. Rape is on the high. These same people that come here and say I'm not oppressed. Look how they live. Their police where they're from are killing the citizens. The politicians are having corrupt elections. I mean, they have goons that walk the streets that keep shit in their type of order. But these people run from there and come here and then be talking about they got rights and shit. So the underbelly of black people that's saying, hey, we need to get shit right. They're the buffer class, and they're saying everything is great. Do you see what I'm saying? They're in the middle saying everything, oh man, ain't no racism here, everything's good. Because I'm from Africa, and I go to a white church, and my name is now Bill. They have to give you a Christian name. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand, somebody coming out of a fucking hole is grateful. Then they'll come here and then they get a piece of bread and shit, and they're like, no, everything's great here, because they're afraid to go back to the hole. But we have people that were born here in a hole, and they can't get out. And and guess what? We keep voting for these motherfuckers that's keeping us in the hole. And you can say what you want to say. That's what's keeping us in the hole. These damn Democrats, because those are the ones that's been in charge of us. Those are the ones that have had their claws in us. If it were Republican, I'll say that. I'm not saying they're not racist over there. I'm not saying that the president is not an asshole or dickhead. But what I am saying, look who's over us. And I'm trying to tell you, voting is some bullshit. It doesn't matter who wins the election. Even if Trump wins the fucking election, the same thing is going to happen if fucking Biden wins the election. The same shit. The same shit, working on policies and laws to keep your ass down, kind of push your ass to the side, working on policy and laws to so that when you get pulled over, your car is towed. But these damn immigrants, their car's not being towed. Who's doing that? That's Democratic. That's not Republican. That's Democratic doing that. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm trying to tell you, choose wise. They are bloodsuckers and vultures. We don't have to choose between two evils. What we can do is work on ourselves. I'm trying to tell you, voting for them, all you do is validate what they're doing. They need to see that there's some black people that's voting for this shit, because then they can say, yeah, we good what we're doing, because they ain't still voting for us. So all these laws and regulations, we're going to put restricting them from this and restricting them from that, and making it harder to make money and get money, and making child support fucking that's like a damn home fucking payment and shit, car and a home payment, and a motherfucker got to live in a tent. Yeah, that's who's doing this. Democrats doing this shit. The Democrats, they're doing this. Okay, they're the one that crippling our families, making sure Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna create these hood rats out here. Okay, we're gonna put them in the neighborhood, and because we know they are desirous and selfish. We're gonna give them these tools so they can wreck their neighborhoods. They ain't even putting like free daycare or some shit. Like goddamn, brother. Like if you sign $1 trillion for nothing. But you can't even put a free daycare. Just fund that motherfucker federally, so that these mothers can go to work. Why? I mean, just make it easy. Just do it. Sign an executive order if you about something. Guess what? Your man could have did that. He could have came up with a plan, national daycare center and shit, and he could have signed a fucking order saying fucking $5 trillion go to national daycare centers all over America for white, black people, whoever. Okay, what that mean? That means motherfuckers get to keep some money in their pocket, especially black people, black women. Okay, you want to talk about single black women? Yes, they can benefit from that. Okay, they can get daycare, someone taking care of their kid while they save their money, get on their feet, and get out. But it's not set up this way. For some reason, like the shit that I'm saying, it's just doesn't make sense to a politician. This is not important. What's important is that we get gay people their rights. Okay, and that we make it so that a man can have a baby, and that children can separate from their parents, and less discipline for them, and so that any woman that wants to destroy her child, we gotta make it very accessible for that. We gotta make it easy, man. We gotta make it real easy, like snap of the fingers. That's what this all about, man. This not about nothing righteous. They're not talking about building nothing for the people, man. And if you want to, listen, like you said, he the president for all people. He ain't building nothing for the people. And guess what? In this department, in the Negro department, they are lacking in the Negro department. And they've been lacking in the Negro department. And guess what you want to do? You want to reward them with a vote. You want to be a part of the system and vote for them, but they're not doing nothing for us. I'm not saying, listen, black man, black woman. I'm not trying to tell you that your voting isn't important. What I'm trying to tell you is to vote for something that's going to benefit us as a people. And voting for Biden is not that, because he hasn't said anything. This is what they use rhetoric. Yeah, we love African Americans. If you're not black, they make it sound real down home, and they give you all those rhetoric, but they don't give you any tangibles. Like if he sat up here and did the electric slide, oh shit, yeah, If he was doing the Dougie, oh man, he get all the black motherfucking votes, but he ain't giving you shit, nothing. He ain't give you nothing but a jiggle and a dance, and that's what voting, period, is going to get you a jiggle and a dance. The only way we're going to make noise is if we don't vote. And then they'll say, wait a minute, why didn't they vote? Now we could talk about putting better candidates in that's going to basically do something for the Negro department. Like, come on. Why does this not make sense? Why do you hear people saying, oh, they're hating out? Hating on what? Kamala Harris has done nothing, and she's not saying any fucking thing. Even a car salesman gives you something tangible, or something, tells you something about the car, the bells and whistles, how it's going to benefit you as the buyer, and what's it going to do for you. None of this. They're not even talking about what it's going to do for you as a Negro. They ain't talking about what nothing's going to do for you as a Negro. They're not concerned about it. They're concerned about everybody else. Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, they got their own motherfucking countries, and they care more about the Asians than they do about Negroes. We got no country. The only place we call home is in America, and it's the worst condition for us. Think about it. Are you asleep? Fucking think about it.
This is Black View, bringing you the Black News.